Hello. Today I wanted to talk about a question about cloud computing. So the question is that in the age of cloud computing, what changes are occurring in typical disaster recovery and business continuity practices? So I think what has stayed the same is the availability of information. So the most important thing is that you can access your information and use it. And one of the changes is that information is far more accessible than it ever has been before. So people can work from anywhere. They can easily work from home, work from a cafe, or work from an alternate site. So that makes relocation sites less important than they used to be, as long as you've practiced using these remote working capabilities. So with that in mind, the most important thing being the availability of information, it means that you need to be really careful about choosing your cloud provider. So you need to choose a safe cloud provider so that your information is always going to be available, because the last thing you want is to choose a provider that shuts down or has downtime, meaning you can no longer access your information. So if you choose one of the major players like Microsoft, what you need to be thinking about is more along the lines of user behavior and saving practices. So a discussion that I was having recently was about saving onto SharePoint versus saving onto OneDrive. So when a user leaves an organization, there is a countdown. So their user profile is deactivated and their information will be deleted after a certain period of time, their OneDrive information. So you should be encouraging your staff to save their information communally into SharePoint areas so that when they leave the organization, the information isn't lost. Because as you can imagine, it would be quite easy for somebody to leave. They've got a whole lot of files saved in their OneDrive. If you don't consider that, HR commences the termination process. Their files are shut down by IT. Nobody thinks about this information saved on their OneDrive until it's too late, and then it's permanently deleted. So once again, we're just focusing on the availability of information. So if you're saving it communally, it's much safer than saving it in somebody's personal drive. Just like in the old days when some people still do this, save things onto their desktop. That's obviously something to be avoided as well.
If you are a consultant preparing business continuity plans with clients, save time using our online template. Choose from 1 to 50 plan packages at bcpbuilder.com/join now.